And we are live.
Live. Hello, everyone. So, one decision before we start, actually, this is the first time Angel and I are doing live alone without Martina. We're going to show Martina today, and then she's going to be jealous, and next time she'll never want to do this without us. Yeah.
She went to watch soccer without us. So this is what you get for dishing us.
I know, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So one decision can actually change the direction of your life, right? Not overnight, not instantly, but one day you look back and you realize that, yes, open doors that you never knew existed have opened for you. So hello everyone once again. My name is Falake, and tonight we're talking about what has this business made possible for me and Angel. So and then when we think about like what's the biggest benefits and what would have happened if we never actually started it? What were the opportunities, the skills, the confidence, the growth, and every single thing we could have missed if we did not take up this opportunity? So let's start from Angel. Angel, I'm really curious to hear your perspective. When you look back at where you were before this business started and where you are today, what has this business made possible for you?
For me, like one of the greatest things this business has done for me is actually audacity. Being confident and being able to show up the way that I would have loved to,
Yeah,
that I was not able to before because I didn't know any better, right?
yeah,
Like before now, like if somebody tells me one day I will come up to this space, like go live like this and speak, I will literally say no because I just labeled it before, like, oh, I'm a shy person, I'm not a confident person. So I'm not able to show up here
yeah,
like this, right? So this business have made that possible. And secondly, I had that mindset of, how we were raised, like go to school, get a job, and that's how you get rich, right?
yeah.
So that kind of closed my mindset to just people earning a certain amount of money. I
Mhm.
remember a couple of years ago, somebody told me they were earning $30,000. I'm like, hell no, I didn't say that to the person, but in my head, I'm like, this person must be lying, right? Why? Because my mindset was so enclosed that I actually feel like it is impossible for somebody, right, to earn that certain amount of money. So in terms of mindset, in terms of personal growth, in terms of skills, these are some of the things that this business have done for me. Then when it comes to business wise, right, I've always wondered how people are able to scale their business because, as I said previously, like I've tried a lot of businesses that I I could not scale those businesses, right? At the beginning, I was so pumped up, so excited doing it, but there was no long-term strategy. Like when the chips are done, what are the things because one thing with motivation is good, but
Yeah.
motivation actually cools down very fast,
Mhm.
right? If you don't have like accountability, like somebody is holding you accountable, like an accountability partner,
Mhm.
right? That is checking in and you guys are heading the same direction, you have the same goal. I feel like that was the reason why my previous businesses failed. I've said this on this live before that each time that my morals or my motivation is slowing down, I just go into our community, Facebook. Once I get into there, see, trust me, I am coming out a totally different person because I
Maybe.
see what is possible. And the
Mhm.
people that are making that XYZ amount of money in my community, to me, they don't have 10 heads,
Yeah.
right? They're humans like me. They serve the same God that I am serving, right? So there is no way if that is possible for them, it will not be possible for me. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time, right? So that's another thing. Then the second thing that I really, really appreciate that really this business have done for me is the ability to read books. before I was not someone who really reads a lot, right? I think I used to just read only my Bible. To be like, I have to be very honest here.
That's some level of reading, though.
Yes, like I used to read just my Bible, right? Of which I know that Bible is really good. Like it gives you advice on every aspect of life, right? But that was just it for me, right? But now, like I read lots of books. Like I read lots of books. Then in terms of my daily habits, I journal every day. Do you get, even when the days I'm not having the best day, before, like if I'm not having the best day, I'm not going to have to write anything. But the days that I'm not having a best day, a great day, I still journal, right? Writing down. So those daily habits like waking up early, meditation, all of those things just make me feel so whole, right? And if you remember, as I'm talking, I haven't actually spoken about money, the reason why I started this business, right? Because these are the things have that I really, really appreciate the business, that I really appreciate
Mhm.
about the business, right? But again, the money aspects. For me, being able to have something extra that comes in, it goes a long way for me and my family of five, right? Because now
Yeah.
in with inflation, prices of everything going up, gas, everything going up, like I know like something else is coming outside my paycheck. And the beautiful thing with business is that your the money that you earn is not capped,
Yeah.
right? Unlike your paycheck that, okay, this is the exact amount of money that is coming in.
Mhm.
What next? Because that is it. There is no surprises. That is what you are expecting, right? But with business, some months it goes crazy, some months mid, some months lead low, but you know that every month something else is coming in. So I'm just going to stop here so that you, for Folake, can also share what you.
It's really funny you say that because a lot of the things you said actually resonates with me. And I'm going to say, because I've always said it from the onset that I've always been a 9 to 5 babe. Always, if I'm not doing 9 to 5, it's nothing more than that, right? So this business has actually opened my eyes to see that there's a lot more than just your regular 9 to 5. Five, you can keep that, right? But the fact that there's opportunity to explore and look outside and just you know what, you're not just in a box. Another thing this business has actually done for me is that I'm actually naturally I'm an introvert. I'm naturally a shy person. I'm the one that would be in a room and would just sit in a corner. I have my novel, I'm not ready to talk to anybody. But this business has brought out my inner self, right? Something within me that even when I'm sleeping, you wake me up in the middle of the night, I can talk about this business. I'm ready to talk to people I've never, and that's the good thing about this business. Outside of the money, you meet people every day, right? Both business partners and upcoming leads and upcoming business partners, right? So you talk to them and you relate with them. So it's not those kind of things are things that I've actually learned and has exposed me in this business. Not even talk about all of the tools that I've learned on this business and the trainings, the exposure. And something else, now to talk about the income aspect also is the fact that I've always been traveling, going on vacation and all of that. So I recently came back from the UK and I can say that this business fully funded it. So for me, that's something that's key. Every time you travel, you have to obviously you always set money aside for your vacation and all of that. But the fact that I didn't have to dip into my own pocket or my savings this time around to go for a vacation with my family, for me, that was one thing that just stood out for me that if my business can actually do this, there are a lot of opportunities with this business and more. So, in a nutshell, that is what I would say. Part of the things that this business has actually given to me, where I was before and where I am today. So, going to question number two, when you think about this business, what opportunities has it actually opened for you that you may never have experienced otherwise?
So for me, naturally, like I'm inward, like I'm an introvert, right? People see me outside, they see me like, oh, she's
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Change
that
that.
I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, but deep inside, like I am one person that my personality really confuses people. So deep inside, I am a little shy girl, introvert. Like I don't want to talk to people, right? So because of that, my circle is very small,
Mhm.
right? Because I have been hurt before, severally in the past. I've always guided myself, right? I've always protected myself. I've always felt like people don't actually do nice things to you because they like you or because they just want to be kind to you. But I always feel like everybody that is doing something nice or being kind to me, that person has an ulterior motive. Like, they want something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I've always, the mindset I've always had. So this business have actually opened me up. Like I have so many people that I am so close to that I know that they genuinely care about me, like in the community, right? People that I see a lot of people like genuinely trying to help others, win just like them, right? So that is something that this business have actually done for me. Being able to really believe that someone can genuinely want to help you without expecting something back. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
I agree with you, right? So for me, what I'm going to say is that a lot of opportunities, right, have opened up for me with this business. But one thing that I would say that really stands out for me is the community. I remember when I first started, I remember I was just thinking in my head that, will I be able to do this? Will I be able to come out and speak? I remember the first time my coach told me that, you start doing live. Oh, I said, me, God forbid, I can't do that. Or the first time she was like, you know what? You start doing videos and start doing your ads. I was like, no way. I can never come out there. I don't have that confidence. I don't want to. But look at me now, a year after, and I'm just like, I'm ready to go, ready to do videos, ready to do lives and all of that. So, I mean, I would say that the opportunity that this business has opened up for me is the community. I mean, I'm here talking to you and I meet with you and Martina every week. Without this business, we probably would never have met. So those are those kind of opportunities that this business has actually given to me. And I'm really glad for it. Um, so in terms of the skills, let's talk about skills. What new skills have you gained since you started this business?
plenty. the one of the main skills I have learned is content creation.
Yeah.
For me personally, like before now, content creation was not the strongest skill that I had. Even my product-based business that I've been building for the past 5 years, I used to pay people, to create content for me because I didn't have that skill, like, and I didn't feel that confident, to create those content. So I know how much I actually paid people, to do those content. Then my business as in a whole, like emails, like reaching out, follow-up emails, right? Then running my ads. Like I remember when I was running ad in my other business, my product-based business, I had an entire team of people, right, that were running those were doing the ad for me. In fact, I didn't even know where the ad was being set up and all of that, right? But with this business, I am able to run my ads by myself. I remember the first time I created my Google accounts using the video-based training that we have. I was so excited because I know how much I was paying people to do that. Then the other thing is public speaking. You see this community that we are like this, that we are playing with like this. You will not imagine how important communication. If you know how much people are paying out there for communication, right? And this is what we're being taught, in our community. So that's one of the skill. Like I've applied so many of these skills to my actual 9 to 5 in terms of my presentation at work, right? And in terms of how I communicate with the people, the team that I support. So these are like some of the skills that I've actually learned. Then the biggest one is organization, organizing, right? This business have actually taught me how to be more organized and the tools that I can use to, be organized. Then thirdly, communicating with people.
Mhm.
Before now, I was never somebody that we pick up my phone and call people. And it has also taught me patience. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Big one. I agree. You did it.
It has taught me patience. It has taught me how to be consistent too before, because before now I thought I had some sort of mental health. Like I never stay consistent. So anything I will I will start something, I will say, oh my God, before you know,
You're moving to the next
I'm
thing.
moving to the next one. But with this business, trust me, like I give myself an award.
It's funny because a lot of the things we do right now were things that you would see people on social media selling and using it as a business, quote and unquote, to make money.
Mm,
Or they can do Facebook marketing for you, you would pay for
digital
it.
products.
Digital products,
Mm,
you would pay for it. Digital tools, you would pay for it. Training on Canva, you would pay for it. um, how to leverage AI, you would pay for it. And it's funny because all those things are encompassed in the trainings we get for free. So for me, those are the basic things I've learned on this my journey in this business in just about a year, right? If I sleep, I wake up. In fact, it's so bad that I do most of if I'm going to use Canva, I do it right from my phone, right? I don't even need to sit in front of a laptop. That's how good I've been able to develop myself with it, how to leverage AI. Most importantly, social media, because I was a girl that would probably post maybe 2, 3 times in a year, right? Maybe on my anniversary, daughter's birthday, and things like that, right? Or maybe family members' birthdays, and or once in a while when I travel, oh, let me just drop this there and I'll just put it there. I remember one day I posted, so I didn't even realize that you don't call it photo dump day. I think you just call it photo dump or picture dump or something. So I called it like photo dump. Then my sister was like, "You don't call it that." I said, "Oh, I didn't even know. That's how bad I was on social media." But now I'm the one creating content on social media. I know how to leverage AI to do all of that. I know how to even think about it. Like, oh, what do I need to post today? What would make sense to my audience? What kinds of songs do I want to put out there that would resonate with people, and it just comes like instantly. So those are part of the things I've learned actually with this business. And you're right about the communication skills, right? Because you're able to articulate yourself, you're able to talk well because you speak with people regularly, right? And that's the good thing about this business. Every single thing you've learned here, you
can
can
apply it in your other.
apply it even at home, right?
Yeah.
You can apply it
Mm,
in every walk of life. Every single thing you do, you can apply it. So
yeah.
that's one very key thing for me also. So I think we should round up here. I'm just going to ask one last question and then we'll round up with that. So what would you say to someone who is curious or doesn't know exactly or doesn't realize what might be possible for them if they simply took the first step?
What I will say to that person right now is to run, don't walk. Run to my my website or for Lake's website. Click the link in our bio. Go to the website, sign up, pay your access fee, and explore the business. Because the way our business is set up in a way that you can exploit, have all the information that you need, okay, that can help you to make an informed decision. The reason why I'm saying this, I've said this 1 million times on here, I'm going to repeat it. I first of all found this business in 2022. I paid my access fee, okay? I labeled a lot of things because I didn't have the full picture and I didn't ask questions, right? I watched those pre-coaching videos that was sent to me after I paid my access fee, and I just said so many things to myself, limiting myself without actually asking more questions because there is a coach or a mentor that you can actually ask questions to get more clarity, right? I didn't do that. And guys, my greatest regret was not starting my business in 2022, even though I am here now. Okay. And that is why when this business came to me for the second time, I ran. I did not walk. You remember when I said run, don't walk? That's why I'm saying that. I ran, and within 2 days, my business was up and running. That's how fast I ran. Because these opportunity, like every time I look at the structure of the commission and the structure of this community, I'm like, God, why do you love me so much? Because he's the only one that would have brought me back to the business. It's like, my daughter, you ran 2 or 3 years ago. I am bringing this opportunity back to you because I know it is good for you. So
Yeah.
don't sleep on this. See, the time where we overworked ourselves as immigrants, it's far gone. This is 2026. It's good for you to have something on the online space, even if you're still working your 9 to 5, just like me and Folake. It's time that you build something along that 9 to 5 in the online space, because what that will do for you, it will build more security, to provide you more security financially. It will even give you peace of mind,
Yeah.
because like there is no job security, right? Because if business says they no more longer find value in your role, trust me, they won't blink.
Yeah.
They won't blink. You are out of the door. But your own thing, ownership, your own thing, nobody can kick you out. It's your own, right? So it's good, and the best time to build is when you are still on your job, right?
Yeah.
So run, as I said, don't run, and run, don't walk, and exploit the business opportunity, and let's get you started.
Fly if you can.
Yeah.
you know.
So
So to wrap it up too, and I always say too that one regret I had was that I didn't start in 2022. I never knew about this business. So my case was a bit different because I didn't pay the 149 and said, no, I just want to stop. So I wasn't, because I was on maternity in 2022 and I really didn't have much to do at that point in time. And I was trying to look for jobs and all of that. So I was thinking in my head that if I actually had that opportunity and known about this business, maybe I would have started it back then instead of starting in 2020. When did I start? In 2025, when I started last year, right? So you can imagine 3 years. You can imagine what 3 years would have done in terms of growth in a business. But all the same, no regrets. We
we're
are
still
where we
here.
are today, right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For it. So thank you guys for joining us today or for watching this replay later on. We'll see you guys next week and hopefully with Martina. All right. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.